Have you ever wondered what existed before the world was created? The universe, as vast and intricate as it is, wasn't always here. Before time began, before the stars filled the heavens, and before life took form, there was someone eternal. Jesus himself revealed glimpses of this pre-creation reality, a time of shared glory with God the Father. What could these insights mean for us today? Let's uncover the mysteries of a world before the world through the powerful revelations of Jesus Christ. Before the foundation of the world, the Bible hints at profound mysteries that showcase the majesty of God. Imagine a universe not yet formed, with only the infinite presence of God filling all things. Scripture like John 1 verses 1 to 2 tells us, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was with God in the beginning." This passage reveals the pre-existence of Jesus, existing in unity with God before time itself began. It's a concept that stretches our understanding of the divine. These mysteries point to a God who is not bound by time or space, a creator who exists beyond the limits of human comprehension. Before the stars were hung in the heavens or the earth took shape, there was the purposeful will of God. His plans were already in motion, and his wisdom surpassed anything we could imagine. This eternal nature of God reminds us of his sovereignty, showing that all creation is an intentional act of love and power. Understanding this pre-creation state invites us to reflect on the enormity of God's being. It's not just about a distant creator, but about a personal God who designed everything with precision and care. Even before the universe existed, he had a purpose for humanity, a plan centered on redemption and connection through Jesus Christ. This foundational truth leads naturally to the Bible's revelations about Jesus and his role in these eternal mysteries. The Bible contains profound revelations about events before the creation of the world, particularly through the words of Jesus. In John 17, verse 5, Jesus prays, "And now, Father, glorify me in your presence with the glory I had with you before the world began." This verse highlights the eternal relationship between Jesus and God, showing that Christ's mission on earth was rooted in a plan established before time. It's a glimpse into the shared glory and unity of the Father and the Son. This revelation isn't just theological, it's deeply personal. It reminds us that Jesus, as part of the divine plan, willingly stepped into humanity to fulfill God's purpose. The pre-existence of Jesus reveals a love so profound that he was part of the design for redemption long before humanity existed. Such truths challenge us to consider the depth of God's intentionality and his unchanging nature throughout eternity. These biblical insights give us a sense of awe, emphasizing that Jesus is central to God's plan from the beginning. He wasn't an afterthought or a reaction to humanity's mistakes. He was the foundation of the Creator's purpose. As we consider these revelations, we are drawn closer to understanding the divine narrative, which continues to unfold in God's relationship with his creation. This connection between Father and Son is further illuminated in the prayers of Jesus. In John 17, Jesus offers one of the most profound prayers in the Bible, a window into his intimate relationship with God. This prayer is often referred to as the high priestly prayer, where Jesus prays not only for himself, but for his disciples and future believers. He speaks of the glory he shared with the Father before the world began, emphasizing the eternal bond between them. This prayer reveals the depth of his mission and his connection to the Creator, offering a powerful glimpse into divine unity. One striking aspect of this prayer is its focus on unity, not just between Jesus and God, but among all believers. Jesus prays that they may all be one, just as you, Father, are in me and I in you. John 17, verse 21. This plea reflects the heart of his mission, to reconcile humanity with God and with one another. It challenges us to seek harmony in our relationships, inspired by the perfect unity of the Father and the Son. The prayer also highlights Jesus' role as a mediator, bridging the gap between humanity and God. His words remind us of the divine purpose behind his earthly ministry, rooted in love and redemption. For believers today, this prayer serves as a model for how to connect with God with authenticity, purpose, and a heart aligned with His will. This reflection on divine unity leads naturally to understanding God's eternal nature. God's nature is one of eternity, existing beyond the limits of time and space. The Bible often describes Him as the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, Revelation 22, verse 13. This eternal quality sets Him apart from His creation, emphasizing that He is not constrained by the physical laws that govern the universe. Instead, He interacts with His creation in ways that reveal His infinite wisdom and sovereignty. This truth reminds us that every moment, past, present, and future, is held within His divine plan. God's eternal nature is deeply connected to His purpose for creation. Unlike humans who see time as linear, God exists outside of this framework, allowing Him to see all things at once. Isaiah 46 verse 10 states, "I make known the end from the beginning, from ancient times, what is still to come." This perspective highlights His ability to orchestrate events with perfect precision. It also reassures believers that their lives are part of a carefully designed plan, even when the path seems unclear. This timeless nature doesn't make God distant. Rather, it shows His capacity to be intimately involved in every detail of creation. From the grand scale of the universe to the smallest aspects of human life, God's eternal presence provides a foundation for trust and faith. It's a reminder that His plans are unshakable, rooted in His love and wisdom. His eternal plan also gives context to one of the Bible's most mysterious stories, the account of the Nephilim. The story of the Nephilim in Genesis 6 verses 1 to 4 is one of the most mysterious and debated passages in the Bible. It describes a time when the sons of God came to earth and had children with human women, resulting in a race of giants known as the Nephilim. While interpretations vary, many believe this refers to fallen angels interacting with humanity. This enigmatic event demonstrates the complexity of God's creation and the boundaries between the spiritual and physical realms. This story raises profound questions about God's sovereignty and the nature of spiritual beings. Why did these events occur, and what role did they play in the unfolding of God's plan? The narrative serves as a reminder that there are aspects of the universe we may never fully understand, yet they remain under God's control. These events likely contributed to the increasing wickedness on earth, leading to the Great Flood as an act of divine judgment and renewal. For modern readers, the account of the Nephilim challenges us to consider the unseen forces at work in the world. It highlights the ongoing spiritual battle described throughout the Bible, emphasizing the need for faith and discernment. While we may not have all the answers, we are reminded of Ephesians 6 verse 12, which states, "For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms." The mysteries of what came before creation remind us of the vastness of God's plan and His eternal nature. But what does this mean for your life today? Understanding that you were part of God's design even before the foundation of the world should inspire you to seek alignment with His purpose. How will you live differently knowing that your life is not random, but intentional, guided by a Creator who knows you completely?